dreamed of going to space. Never cared about landing on someone or rock in the sky. But I dreamed of a father who'd show his face. Instead you were the stranger I learned to pass by. I learned to swallow everything I couldn't say. Built walls so high I forgot it was a cage. What could I do when it happened every day? If you showed it all, you showed me pain and nothing more. I stayed hoping you would show, then hoped you wouldn't see me from your hell. I shrank myself to survive the cold, a ghost in my own house, unseen, unheard, until I wanted to believe you'd cross the seas to pull me from drowning. But every time you came, you were the hand holding me under. You handed me the matches just to watch me burn. I was just a child who didn't know that ashes could be made. But every time I reach you, let your frustration turn to flame, telling me it's not rocket science. Why you fan the fire, watching me break. I was just a child who needed solid ground. That phrase still haunts me, I screamed it to the ground. You built the fire, then wondered why I wasn't proud. I never wanted to fight in wars, just a boy defusing landmines you laid in front of me. I learned to brace for every storm. You made survival feel like all I was ever born to be. You put me alone out on the front lines, forced me to become both soldier and tactician. No shield, no map, just echoes of your voice. Called it growing up, but I ever had a choice. I survived a war every year you weren't there. Yeah, you still asked me to enlist like I wasn't already drafted in these battles. I fought shadows in the dead of night, lit out quietly so you'd never see my plight. And still you handed me a sword like I had something left to light. I wanted to believe you'd return from the sea, but every time you had the chance, you drifted further from me. Every excuse you could give was never given for me. I wanted to make you something, wanted to help you see, but every time I tried, your ego would turn to hell, telling me it's not rocket science while you watch me crash and burn. I was just a child, I needed more than hollow ground. That phrase still haunts me, but I've stopped screaming, stopped making sounds. You built the fire, I just stopped waiting to be found. I never wanted to build rockets, not for going to space, not to use in war, rocket science. But you made every learning moment twist into something I had to survive instead of live. Rocket science. You took a boy who had everything to give, and made him a soldier before he learned to be a kid. Then you carried the audacity like you deserved a throne. I didn't fight these wars for you, I never had a choice to own. You taught me how to crash and called it learning how to fly. You wore your failures like a crown and passed the weight to me. It wasn't. I didn't ask for your wars, your wounds, your twisted gravity. All I ever wanted was a father, not an enemy. Rocket science. Stop! Rocket science. Stop! Rocket science. You demanded my respect like some untouchable king. Rocket science. But I hold you to the standard, the same bar you set for me. Rocket science. The one I had to climb while you collected what I gave. No, it wasn't rocket science. You preached from a throne you never earned the right to keep. Demanded my devotion while you left me incomplete. My king, a child counting debts that were never his to me. to be learning raw emotion. No, you were never my king. Even when I barely saw you, a couple weeks every other year, at first I'd reach for you, a child who still believed in stars. Then you showed me that the stars burn, made it a lesson I had to earn. 2015 was a year, 3 months with you, present, past, and then you snapped, and something in me broke apart. You told me at 15 I was worthless, that I was going nowhere, all because I wanted to sleep instead of here. So I buried that child who once reached for the sky, and taught myself how to exist, never asking why. I wanted to call you dad, the way every other child does, but you wanted a title, authority, a sign of respect. It had to be father, so you can have it, cold and alone on your hill. I'll build what you couldn't, and I always will.